Okay, one really quick one, and then we're going to move on.
Hi, Crispin. I'm from Chicago.
Hi.
Paul graduate.
Yay. Hello.
I just wanted to let you know. I'm a teacher, and I've decided that I want to get into voice acting, and it's a really big change to go from something stable to look into this. And I just wanted to know, when doing a demo, what would you suggest that a person demo to? What type of, whether a movie, should it be anime? What would you suggest?
If you want to become a voice actor?
Yes.
Okay, so there's a quick little FAQ on my website about, so you want to be a voice actor, which will give you some of the basics. But what you want to do, first off, is don't give up your day job yet. And especially look for opportunities to act in Chicago, of which there are many. There's all sorts of wonderful theater to do in Chicago, which doesn't cost you much and gives you incredible experience. So go work with those people. There's a wonderful website called voicebank.net. And if you go to voicebank.net, you can look up the demo of any professional voice actor, because all the agencies put their actors' demos up on that website. So you can search for me, you can search for Dan Castellaneta, Nancy Cartwright, whoever you want. Listen to their demos. They will give you a good idea. These people always lead with their strong suit. What voices can they do believably and be cast as? And you can get a sense of what kind of characters they can do believably. And then you'll see they're usually only about 60 seconds, and they're real fast and they're real sharp. And when you can record something that sounds like it's on their level, then you're ready to submit that demo to agents. You bet.
All right, so obviously, you know, aside from directing and acting, you teach. And you teach a mythology. Tell us a little bit about that, and we'll look at something about it.
Basically, the mythology thing started because when I went to conventions, there was two things I wanted to talk about. I either wanted to talk about how to get into the industry, and so we do voice acting workshops like this, or I wanted to talk about why do we love these stories so much? Why do these things work us over sort of low on the brainstem, and we obsess about them, and why do we dress up as the characters? And what I found for me, and this was something that I was trying to find as an artist, that what was fascinating about them was the mythology behind them. That it was the stories and the influences from mythology and different religions around the world that sort of percolated up, mostly subconsciously through the creators, and manifested in these archetypal heroes that we latch onto. So that the sort of American religious tradition and culture creates the superhero, whereas the Japanese religious tradition and culture creates the giant robot. And why does that happen? And you know, what's that about? And those two archetypes are specific to those countries. No other countries really obsess about those archetypes the way America and Japan do. So I put together a sort of panel that I would do, and it evolved over time into a full-blown sort of academic presentation, sort of in the style of Al Gore's Inconvenient Truth, where I get up and I present with slides and video, and it's very humorous. And I've been presenting this this performance, basically, it's a stand-up performance almost, at an academic conference every year at the Minneapolis College of Art and Design, which I'm actually going to be doing this September. And so I now have a whole slew of these presentations in my repertoire. And actually, the best way to talk about them is probably just to screen the trailer.
Yeah, let's take a look at this.
So I have a little trailer to fire
up. Are you ready for your...
This is my favorite thing to do, which is talk about storytelling and animation and why we find this stuff so fascinating. This is the kind of thing I love. I know that most people here know me as a voice actor, but I'm not going to talk about voice acting today. Today I'm going to talk about the stories. For me, it always goes back to the stories and the stuff that so captivates us and why we need to watch these stories over and over again. Trust me, this is the cool stuff. This is why I unpacked why we love this stuff so much, and this is why I explain why you dress up as the characters. I wanted to talk about why these anime stories appeal to us on such a deep level. And for me, I found what was fascinating about them was the mythology behind them. And And like the phoenix that rises from the ashes, this is something that's supposed to go on inside of you. Because it's very hard to show an internal struggle of your synapses in your brain on the screen. It's much easier to embody it in characters who have to battle it out. But if you think it's just this external battle, that's not it. The deeper lesson underneath it is that this is an internal psychological struggle that's going on in you. An internal awakening and enlightenment that you need to go through.
He came to Minneapolis College Bar and Design's annual conference, Schoolgirls in Mobile Suits, and he does not give a talk. He gives a performance. The students are eating out of his hands, and what's amazing is the presentation he's doing up there. It's like magic. The video, the audio, the pictures, everything is seamless. It was every professor's dream lecture. It's what we wish we could do. Now it's your turn. You're going to get to see one of his performances and see how he possibly changes your life.
In my first anime mythology presentation, I talk about why Americans write about superheroes and the Japanese write about giant robots. In my Knights and Dragons performance, I discuss the differences between Western and Eastern dragons and the different relationships that humans have with them. In Mystics, Priestesses, and Warrior Women, I outline female hero journeys in American and Japanese animation. I also compare and contrast the princess with the magical girl.
Oh, fantastic.
My God, when is the next class? Can I please get into it?
Don't think about it, just come.
Whoa.
That's it.
He's very thorough, but at the same time, he's very approachable.
You gotta come, man. For me, this was just a great journey.
He's like Professor Crispin.
I explain it all. I have all the answers.
My whole perspective has changed.
I like the woman that went, whoa.
She's actually in the front row.
All right,
So I have a whole bunch of my students here, and it's wonderful to see them. Hi, guys.
so if you get a chance, please, I mean, I know we teach Adventures in Voice Acting workshops here in Los Angeles, and I tell my students that they should take classes from different people, and this is actually one of the people I recommend highly. So if you get a chance, please, avail yourself of a little bit of his wisdom, in which we're going to let you do some of that with some of these guys now. So let's do a little voice acting, shall we?
All right, let's do it.
All right.